All right, we are here for the kickoff. I didn't even put on a hat, and I look like trash, but trying to make sure everything works. This is going to be the last test on this stream because I'm going to move it to the other channel, which I'm going to connect a whole bunch of channels um, during this. As you can see, I got this nice little thing here, the score widget. It should be in real time, actually. So this is something that I'm building out, and it's pretty cool. I can actually change. Let's see if I can do a quick little demo before we get started. So let's say I wanted to watch a Bundesliga watch along. Oh, look. That has not started yet. That one, I'm not sure when it starts. I've been making a lot of changes to it, so things are changing there. Let's go back to the Premier League, though. Let's go back to Leeds. Liverpool match has not started, so this thing will also tell me, like, update me on goal timings, red cards, yellow cards. Good thing I put this on because I just realized I have the reverb still set. Let's take the reverb off. We don't need reverb for this. This is just me, unadulterated. All right, we are here, about to kick off Liverpool Leeds. Looks like match is about to kick off. It's interesting, the camera is kind of in my way. I'm gonna have to think of a better way to set this up. If I make it too low, then you're kind of looking down on me. All right, 13 seconds in. Ball goes out for a Leeds throw. Maybe I'll do some stuff at halftime. Maybe I should turn this light. Oh, right. That's the other thing I needed to test was the OBS control switch. It's on the iPad. It's called the OBS Blade. Shout out to the guy who made OBS Blade. I will hopefully remember to link I will hopefully remember to okay, that didn't work. Connect. Great. Okay, that did work. And up, yep, there it is. So it's pretty cool. I can use it as a control switch to see what's going on. Maybe I should pay attention to what's going on in this Liverpool game because it looks like Leeds already has a corner. 138, 139. So this thing is a few minutes faster. So it'll tell me. I'm gonna have to figure out how to delay that. Allison punches it out. It's like not a few minutes faster. It's like 30 seconds faster, I think. I built this. Nobody's watching, nobody's asking, but for reference, if any other creators see this, I built this using a free API from ESPN. I'm not quite sure exactly if it's free or not, so I won't talk much about the API, but what it's doing is there's a local server on my machine that has all of the controls and makes the calls and all of that stuff to get the scores. And so it can actually get a whole bunch of stuff. All right. Well, Liverpool just harried. Was that Konate that harried off the ball or Van Dijk? Stop raising your hands and defend. Bradley's on the right. Robbo on the left. Was that Ekitike up top with Wirtz? probably a 4-4-2. Yeah, we should talk about the game, right? I'm gonna move this to here so we can see it a little bit better. That was my original intent anyway. Not to, I don't really want to show you guys my screen, but as I was mentioning, this thing is my API control over here. So just in case I need to make any changes here, what you're seeing here is the code. And code wise, so I do a lot of vibe coding with my background in software architecture, and really because it just helps you do shit faster. Liverpool on the attack, Bradley, Frimpong outside. So both Bradley and Frimpong are playing. Frimpong must be a midfielder. And then Sigh loses the ball and leads on the break. I gotta figure out, I think I'm a little too far away from the microphone. I gotta find some better placement. Yeah, I'm a little too far away from the microphone. I can hear it much better the closer that I get. A little bit less ambient-y. That might also be the, no, there is no echo. Nope. So that's just a mic placement thing. Yeah, Leeds have a corner. I mean, okay, this says 5th minute, and I'm looking at the score line, which I like it. It's in a place where when I look at my screen, it's like I'm looking at the score line. Anyway, let's look at this Leeds corner. Headed out by Van Dijk, headed back in by somebody, 23, shot off Gravenberg, deflected out. Again for corner. Wow, Leeds are coming. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy 2026. There's going to be a lot of this stuff happening in 2026. So, okay, so OBS Blade is working. Let's make sure this is doing what I need it to do. It's actually very easy to use. Shout out to, again, I will have to forget who made it, but I found this plugin searching for OBS plugins, and if you have a spare iPad, it's very handy. I don't know what other devices you can use or what other devices it's on, but definitely for my iPad and OBS and my whole, I have a Linux Ubuntu build. Ooh, that was a header down and for Leeds, and nobody did anything. Allison does this weird thing sometimes when he distributes the ball where he pushes it. And he just did that, and it's not, it just looks a little bit schoolboy, but it's pretty effective. Like, he knows what he's doing, but I swear every time he does it, it looks a little schoolboy. Okay, Curtis Jones on the ball. So basically we've got Robbo on the left for Kirkez, and Bradley on the right, and Frimpong in the middle, who got in across from, like, barely on the touchline. Frimpong might be more convinced of him as a right midfielder or just somebody on the right side of the flank versus a right defender, because I swear he does not want to defend whenever you see me. I get TK weaving through 3-4 players. Doesn't pay off, but he's, get in that mood. This is, by all accounts, looks of it, it's a lively game. It's a very lively game. Some of the stuff that, and this kind of method I'm going to use today is just randomly talk through some stuff while I do this. Unfortunately, you get to see my mess everywhere. So, because it's all, I want it to come up on me, but, I was kind of coding along. I really wanted to get this up today. So I made sure to code everything that I needed for this, for the display. This display component was the biggest thing. This thing right here. Still gotta find my right place that I'm sitting for that. I mean, this is better for the mic anyway, but just further away from my computer is the only problem. I should watch along, and nobody really probably cares about the tech. They just want to hear about the match. That's why you would watch this thing. Leeds building up from the back. This is the reverse fixture from the 6th. Where Leeds, if I remember correctly, won at the end of the game. It was a very annoying result, so they definitely are back here in a mood. Leeds with possession on the right side. The midfield line, 23 for Leeds. I don't know who. I guess I'll remember some of them, but 23 Broman. That's right, Broman. Bro, man, don't score. Stupid puns. Frimpong chasing it down. So I guess Frimpong is almost like the third attacker in this 4-3-3. Yeah. Oh, Curtis out to Ekatike on the wing, who cuts it back and kind of hits a shot. And then there's a scramble. Ooh, okay. That was... Broman tries to clear it, knocks it up at the top of the box. Gravenberg brings it down. Robertson, Gravenberg, Curtis, Kanate. Back out to Frimpong on the right. Beats his man on the touchline, cuts it in, crosses it. Collected by the keeper. Okay. So I guess it's a 4-3-3. I didn't see. I was too busy trying to get my stream set up for this, so I didn't really see. And the other thing is, this thing right here can do all sorts of other stuff. So I plan on exploiting that and having a real professional setup. Just like anybody would. This technology, I'm calling it goal gaze technology. There's a lot more to come. I'm going to be a part of the ABE XP, a better experience platform product suite for digital streamers and creators. People are still texting Happy New Year's. Nobody's joined the chat. Later on, I'm going to try to multi-stream to both my other YouTube channel and Instagram and Facebook. That's the goal of today. At halftime, that's what's going to happen is the camera setup's going to change. I'm going to put on a hat. I definitely am going to put on a hat. I'm going to get rid of this Band-Aid that's sitting right here. I need a better chair. Somebody was telling me, yeah, everything looks great, just your whole setup looks like shit. Maybe get mood lighting. That's what they told me. Oh, fucker, I'll show you mood lighting. Make it all red all the damn time. Let's see. All right. It's kind of a... This match is kind of, all right, Liverpool attacking. The attacking third. Gravenberg out to Bradley, who kind of leaves a pass short for Frimpong, who then doesn't get it right. Yeah, Happy New Year to wherever you are in the world. I hope that 2026 is good for you. I love seeing people's like end of the years. 2025 was such a great year on Instagram, and it's like nobody had a good 2025 first of all, and if you did, oh okay, Lord, oh, Ekatike knocked one down and put it in, let's see what happens here. I mean, I was watching it. Kanate with the long ball to Ekatike, who then positions himself really well to win the header. And his first touch after the ball bounces like 4 or 5 times, and he wanted a foul there because, I mean, the defender's all over him outside of the box. But he lets the ball bounce, what, 3, 4, 5, 6 times on the run before he lays it perfectly in the path of Wirtz. Then 24 gets back for Leeds to make a block. Ekatike and Wirtz match up really well. And then what happened? They're calling it a goal kick or a free kick. I think I tried with the subtitles last time. And they're calling it a corner. A corner. Okay, that's interesting. I tried with the subtitles last time to watch this game, and it didn't work. And also, I'm watching this game on my bootleg feed, so I don't know if there's closed captioning on the cable box that I have, which if you haven't heard about, I'll do a bit about it. Kanate out wide to Wirtz on the left side, who knocks it down for Robertson in the box. Oof, is judged to have fouled some Leeds player. God, I don't want. Yeah, that was the thing with the camera is if I make it lower, I can. Like right now, there's a portion of the screen that I can't see. So maybe I actually should just move the screen back. But I'm still working through the wire connections and everything here. So that's why that's why this is still on my test channel and not my main channel. Hopefully, I don't know where the fuck this is broadcasting to. And a part of me just doesn't care anymore. Just do it. Like that's what 2026 is all about. Is instead of trying to act cool, just be cool, with whatever happens. That's the motto, for me at least. I don't know what the rest of you imbeciles are doing, but I don't have time to waste on that anymore. People are fucking stupid, and that's really what I realized in 2025. Not only are people stupid, but people are not talented in life. That sounded way angrier than it meant to be. I'm glad nobody's watching this. Maybe somebody's watching it and they'll leave a comment that, yeah, I agree. People suck. Or somebody will say, hey, you suck. I don't care. I just want the engagement. I'm cool with it. All right. Liverpool building up around the midfield line. Jones, Gravenberg, little lackadaisical, but they kept the ball back in the middle to Kanate at the midfield line. Pushes it out to Frimpong, who sends it into Bradley in the box, who tries to control it, but he can't. I'm going to mute this and move the microphone real quick. I am curious to see, before I do that, so if you look on the timeline up here, right? Right here where my thumb is, this area. So some stuff should happen here when something happens. Stuff definitely happens up here to display the goal up here, but stuff should even happen in this little thing, right? I gotta, yeah, this little thing right here. I gotta learn my movements with elements across the screen. It's actually very important for me and some stuff that I'm doing. There we go. Maybe something will happen. I can go, ooh. No. Ooh. And it magically shows up. Actually, it would probably come in. It would probably come in from the bottom, I think, is how I have the animation set. I don't know, though. The only times I tested it earlier was watching the English Championship. Where it just cuts in. Jones with the ball, pulling it up. Van Dijk. Robertson with the cross into Ekitike, who brought it down, but the defender was all over him. They're gonna call him offside. Yeah, just behind the line, both him and Wirtz, and it's actually okay. Ref got it right. That's out of play. Leeds were on the attack, trying to take it up the right touchline, but couldn't. Robertson with the throw in. Puts it back in the middle of Frimpong. Big news today. Maresca got fired by Chelsea. Or they're not calling it a firing, I saw. They're not calling it a sacking. They're calling it... what the hell did they call this thing? I gotta look this up because it was like... Oh, Calvert-Lewin, right? It was with Leeds, but he's on the bench. Chelsea confirmed Maresca exit among poor Premier League run. See, they call it a poor Premier League run. They're 5th in the table. They're 5th. You know? Level on points with Manchester United, who are happy to be in 6th. Above, Newcastle above Everton. Tottenham, who are in 13th with 25 points. They'd be a stat. Tottenham fans would be losing their minds if they were in 5th. It would be like their equivalent of winning the Europa League. Like, they would think they're on the up and up because they're that delusional. But honestly, I think that's probably the best. Like, if you're a Tottenham fan, that's probably the manager that you want. Because I don't think Tottenham fans are convinced by Thomas Frank and his style, you know. Tottenham fans want to play like Real Madrid. They want to play like Liverpool. They want to play like Man City. Their fans are delusional enough to not realize that they're Tottenham. And so, Thomas Frank's probably a good fit for him, given where they are and the rebuild that's needed after the Daniel Levy era. But I don't think the fans are going to be patient enough with Thomas Frank, because Tottenham are at a point where they need some mid-table stability, like this year. That would be an improvement for them. And this game is... This game is just kind of a lot of passing, but yeah, that would be an improvement for them. And they are mid-table. I mean, stability, I don't know if they have stability, but I don't think that's enough for Tottenham fans. I think they'd probably be hoping that they get Maresca somehow, and Maresca somehow pulls a miracle. I mean, Maresca, the thing with him is he had such a big squad at Chelsea. You know, Jones with the ball, back to Gravenberch at the center of the pitch. Back to Kanate. Who throws another ball up top for Curtis this time. And looks like we're still trying to find our legs under us too. Like, we still don't know what our best formation is. And I wonder if that's going to change in 2026, but that was probably the problem in 2025. And Leeds are a side that, I mean, there's going to be goals in this game. So let's see what happens. I think the first goal is going to, well, I was going to say I think the first goal is going to be important, but we got the first goal last time in Leeds. Or did Leeds get the first goal? Why am I forgetting? This match was like less than a month ago. And I remember it. And I remember being very, very, very annoyed by it. I remember it being 3-2. Did we go up and then lose the match in the last minute? I think. Was it one of those? I think that was... That's what happened, is like in the 90th minute, and then there was some... 3-3, okay. That's right. In the 96th minute, Tanaka. At Ellen Road. Ekitike scored twice in the first half. Oh, yeah, that's right. They got a lucky corner, and then we couldn't defend the corner. And a 3-3 match. I think it was 0-0 at halftime. All right, Leeds corner. Let's watch this. I don't know, Leeds long throw. Knocked down. Looks like a foul in the box on Bradley. If anybody was here, I'd ask them, if any football fans, I'd ask them who they think where Maresca should go, but nobody's here. This is just another test at this point until I start broadcasting to multiple places. That's really the goal of the test for today. That, and I wanted to have the background set up, but this match is on USA, so that makes it a little harder. It's actually probably going to be a little easier now that I have everything figured out with the switch here, with the scene and this thing here. So next time you see this, it's going to start on it's going to be on my main channel that I'm trying to build. This is my beta test channel for streams. And then it's also going to have a better backdrop. And then let's see the results of the live streaming test in the second half, what happens, because that's going to be a big deal. Liverpool moving the ball along left, Wirtz is on just outside the box on the left side, cutting it towards the top, squares it to Kanate, a little deeper, plays it up to Frimpong on the right. Frimpong attracts defenders, wanting to beat him on the touchline, crosses it in, wins a corner. That's his move. He likes to square. That's most saw line is prime move. He likes to square up, but he likes to do it kind of a little deeper. He likes to square up defenders and then turn on his afterburners. So that, yeah, I don't know if that's a defender. That's a right back move. So we might need another right back in this transfer window. I will say this preview thing sometimes does not necessarily like me. So it's just a much better. The preview just takes up a lot of battery and a lot of corner knocked out. Wirtz wins the ball, passes it back into the box. Was Van Dyke. Yeah, the camera is in a position which makes it really hard for me to see certain action that's going on. So it is going to require a bit of reconfig, which will be interesting in what I decide to do if I'm going to try to switch the scene back. Maybe I will. Maybe that's what I'll do is switch the scene back to the loading screen, the starting soon screen. Up, ball up top to Robertson, who's offside. I switch it back to the starting soon screen just so I can test that, and then I'm trying to think what's a good place for the camera. Probably actually on the right side. 30th minute in. Frimpong arms up in frustration about, I don't know, being Jeremy Frimpong. Kanate clears a ball to Zobazlai, but that's picked out by 5. Maybe you need some other browser-based tools that would be cool. Something that shows specific analysis or pulls up a stat when you want it. Some sort of controller from this, like you can see kind of what this is it shows all of the different sources, and you can switch the scene items there. So shot by Leeds low, and that was their first one on target. And let's see, Allison gives the ball away, and it wasn't really even a shot, it was just Allison gave it away, and the defender tried to run it back into his path. That happened so quick. I looked this way 1 second to show you guys the scene switcher. But this is what also show you guys there's nobody fucking in here. This is also what this thing looks like. Maximize takes a minute. There we go. It's called the OBS Blade. If anybody watches it, they're interested. While I'm looking, I'm gonna make sure I give proper credit to the guy who made this, because OBS-Blade Konex on GitHub. Kounex. Konex. You can buy him a coffee or PayPal him. I will perhaps do that, because this is fantastic, this app that he's built. Robertson with the cross, goes across the box. It's Frimpong on the right side, takes a shot in, and Is that the defender or Ekatike who cleared it out? I couldn't tell because again the camera is right. That's a spot where a lot of stuff happens. I wonder if I can, since nobody's watching, maybe I'll try to do this now, just so it's better for me. Now you see the mess on the other side, unfortunately. See, that's a problem, is that I have to get back there to adjust it properly. Let's see, now. I'm afraid of knocking my TV over too. Okay, that's something. The only problem is the like completely not on tilt, but completely untilted, which I'm gonna try to fix in a minute. If we're doing this, we should probably have this here, right? So it looks like it's on the computer and everything comes up on this computer screen. I actually like that. That's kind of like the look that I wanted to go for with this thing here. So that you can easily see what the hell is going on. All right, 35 minutes in. It was Ekatike. And Ekatike on that header, so Frimpong crosses it in. A flat knuckleball, first of all. That's not, I mean, you can't really blame him. It's a flat knuckleball. Ekatike tries to head it. Heads it kind of sideways back to the way that it came. Straight into the goalkeeper. And it bounced up. The other problem with this thing too is knowing where the focus there. See? Like that, I'm completely out of focus there. So, but up here, I'm in focus here. So it's like, how closely can I sit? Do I have to sit within an arm's reach? Foul called in the box on behalf of Leeds. There are how many minutes left? Also, it doesn't show me who's watching the stream, huh? Statistics. Home. Widgets, chat. YouTube. Konex, you're my friend. You write code like I do, because you just had a pop-up window. YouTube chat support is still in beta because YouTube is giving me a hard time to integrate it. Use it with that in mind. Contact me if you experience strange behavior. Love it. 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 I'm a cult developer like that too, so it's okay. I gotta get myself in focus. That's see, that's not in focus. This means I'm sitting up right here. Maybe I need to put on some makeup, change my LUT. Jesus Christ. Maybe I just need to not be so ugly. Though the time may have passed for that. It's something that usually genetically happens, you know? Where is my focus point? I gotta figure out. See, that's what happens when you have to start moving the camera around. You're just going to be out of focus. Good thing this isn't being broadcast to anybody at all. Okay, that's better. That's better, but just a little bit. I want to get the back of the chair in focus. Where it's at. There. There. We're even ignoring the game. All right, back to the game. Gravenberg to Robertson with a nice little ball into the box. Kind of between two defenders, but I guess they called Ekatike for being off. Now Robertson for being off. Maybe you have too much space up here, so it should come down. I should probably write this down because I'm that way. I will sit here while this thing is on and be like, oh yeah, what did I need to do? What did I need to do? Why am I forgetting? So let's see. Write a little to-do list. I forgot to turn, I can do drum pad switching, scene switching too, but I forgot to turn that on. I'm just talking to myself. Nobody has any idea what the fuck I'm talking about right now. That's the beauty of being me. When I watch this back, I'm just going to be like, yeah, you guys, why am I talking to you guys? I'm going to watch it back and tell myself. Looks like a head injury for that Zobazlai on the turf. I think so. While that happens, I'm going to take a look at this real quick. Just because it's bugging me a lot. Watch. I'll miss a goal just trying to do this. There. That's what we want. That is what we want. Okay. And boom. That's exactly what we want. Maybe a little bit better focus. Maybe a Liverpool logo on this left side. And really with this setup, all I need to do is move the microphone into a better spot for myself too. Just unhook the cat drum pad. And then we can do that. Wonder where the logo would look best. On the top left, top right. This should probably also be yeah, there we go. That looks good. Looks like it's on a TV. Yeah. All right. Liverpool free kick. Don't know how it happened. Because I'm too busy catering to the people, to the nobody who is watching. My light goes off. This is in a dangerous position, though. Zoboslai whips it in to Van Dijk, who puts it over. Okay. Not sure how we got that free kick. But we did. And we didn't do anything with it. It's going to be 0-0 going into halftime. And then madness in the second half. That's what happened last time. I'm definitely going to need a hat for it. I'll tell you that. Maybe I should play with the logo now. Let's see. Let's add the logo here. Image, browse. This is in downloads. That's desktop. This is in downloads. That's the goal gauge. This was it. Liverpool with Jones. Oh. Not that big. Nope. Kanate. First of all, let's move this image to the back. There we go. And then we accidentally transformed the wrong thing, so let's fit this to the screen. Now we're back here. We're gonna make this image much smaller. We're still kind of Liverpool have a lot of possession still. Maybe I should move this behind this. That actually would be cool. Liverpool still have had a lot of possession. Still not a lot to show for it. Except for a lot of shots on goal. So we could put that here. Then we can put this overlay kinda here. That's what it's gonna be for now. All right, another corner. Stoppage time 2 minutes. Zobazlai with the corner. Bunch of bodies flinging in. Comes to Wirtz, who left foots it way over. Look, that first half was the perfect time to set up everything up. The only thing now is slightly need to come that way. Great. Well, and then the lighting needs to change. I think that light is too bright. A minute into the 2 minutes of stoppage time. They're driving. Cross in. That was a good cross by 14 on Leeds. That was a good cross by 14 for Leeds. You guys can watch me pick my teeth. See, this is why I shouldn't live stream myself watching sports, because I just do like regular shit. This happens like right after breakfast time, so it's just regular post breakfast shit. Should be Ekitike to Wirtz. The top of the box, loses it. Player goes down. Foul called. That was probably always going to happen. Probably always going to happen like that. I think the issue is the lighting is uneven. Yeah, see? The lighting is a little uneven. And that is the half. That is the half. That is the half. Okay. So not bad. Could be more space in the in this thing. It's taking up a lot of. Here's what we can do too. Properties, not properties. Let's do transform. How do I crop? You have to filter a crop for an image. Crop. Yep. Crop the left and right side. That's what we want to do. You know, there's not really much to talk about in this, what's happened so far in this match, because not really much has happened. Liverpool with a lot of possession. Again. That didn't really crap, did it? That cropped it. That cropped it good. Okay. So that means if that is here, then properties. Nope. Fit to screen. Great. Now we're going to move the browser. I wonder if anybody is going to join for the second half of this. I actually just like this, to tell you the truth. And then the timeline. Okay, that's what we're gonna do for now, for the rest of this. Now let me move the microphone. I'm gonna get a hat too. All right. Now we have a hat on. Still not in focus. Still the wrong camera. Actually, that's better. This is much better. I just don't have the... We're going to leave that here for now, and we're going to make this smaller. We're going to make this smaller, and we're going to put it top right or top left. Maybe we should take away the crop filter. Yeah. Just take that away. See, look, the microphone is in such a better place to me now. At least from what I hear. And then this could turn like a presentation screen. There we go. Maybe a little bit. How does that look on my OBS Blade? It actually looks pretty good. Again, shout out to Kounex, Kounex on GitHub. This is a great app. And if you're an OBSer, this is unaffiliated, but basically what it does is it opens up a WebSocket for it to listen to, and then a WebSocket will listen to events emulated to anything else that's connected to that WebSocket, right? So through a WebSocket connection, this thing gets fixed. While they talk about technical football, I tell you about technical. That's how I roll. So that's how that works. The other plugin that I really wanted to try today is the multi-stream. And so we're going to get that set up. And I have to give credit to Sorayuki for the multi-stream. That's another free plugin that's provided. I'm building all this stuff on Linux, so unless you're familiar a little bit with Linux systems and how to build and compile software, probably going to be a little bit more complex for the exact setup that I have, but most people are probably running OBS on Mac and PC, and these plugins work very well with those Macs and PCs. Linux gets a little bit more complicated, but I can do a lot more with it. Eventually. I have not done anything with it, but I'm going to try it for the first time. I'm going to add a target. New target, RMTP, URL. Now, I think I'm going to have to look up. Actually, I might just be able to do this. By going to my YouTube studio. See, that's the unfortunate thing is with the microphone there. Wow, I saw how the overlay looks. I just logged into YouTube and saw how the overlay looks on the screen, and it looks pretty dang good. I'm not gonna lie. The positioning could probably be a little better, but let's go to the Abe Par channel and see if we can not. Oh, whoops. Why is that playing? That's not what we're trying to do. Let's go to YouTube Studio. Go live. Oh. Okay. Well, guess we're not going live on the second YouTube channel because we can't yet. You gotta verify and stuff. Maybe the verification will just... I don't remember what I did last time for this. 468219. It was such a long time ago for my other channel that I don't really remember. So this is a good lesson. That was invalid. 468 219. Re-enter verification code. That was valid. I can now close this. Nope, it's still gonna take 24 hours. So, okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I forget exactly So that's the main goal, is now to get this live on my Instagram channel as a test. See what all of these people are doing on New Year's. If anybody will watch me there. Probably not, because nobody cares. But that's okay. I care. I care. I care. Brentford and Spurs at 3. Sunderland City at 3. All eyes on Spurs to see how quickly after they're going to sack Thomas Frank and bring in Maresca. You got to think that they're Spurs fans especially are going to be all over that, right? You got to think. I keep moving these things around to the wrong places. I actually liked it here. I do like it here. And I just want to make this bigger. I like it here a lot. That this is the position that it needs to be in. Like this. This looks cool. This looks cool. I'm gonna lock this, and I'm gonna lock the score. How do you lock these? Tools. Okay. Now, yeah, this other plugin is from a Japanese guy named Sora Yuki. This seems pretty cool, but half of the instructions to most of the instructions are in Japanese. So it took me a minute to, again, build and compile it on Linux. And this is going to be my first time using it. So you're supposed to add a new target. Here's the thing is, how to stream on Instagram Live? I thought this was going to be more intuitive, but it's not. So how to stream on Instagram Live? I mean, it's intuitive when you do it from your phone and stuff, but Instagram Live on OBS. Instagram has OBS. Never heard of. So, I mean, and then what I'm doing with this thing, you can do it through platforms called Restream. That's probably your best bet, so you don't have to deal with everything that I am. But AFAIK. Instagram uses a portrait orientation instead of Twitch's landscape. If I'm right about that, Restream won't need OP's need either. IG says, okay, well. Feature is only available on Instagram.com. Let me log in. I think I'm going to have to log into my Facebook and Instagram on the computer. That I never do that, you know? It's like you're already on my phone. Just stay there. Teams are coming out of the tunnel for the second half. I don't think any changes. Okay, another two-factor authentication thing. Facebook. Yes. No. Yes, it's me. Okay, well, when you hit not now, it I guess that's a fraud tool test that I wasn't looking to do today. Kickoff's about to happen in the second half. Let's see what happens, other than me forgetting my Instagram password. Kicking off the other way. Now kicking off to where the camera on this side gets in my way. I gotta find a good way to do these sports streams. Yes, this is me. Allow. Liverpool driving, Frimpong, out wide, on the left side to Wirtz, in the box. Wirtz had a great game, and now I think it's gotten to his head a little bit, and he's not having the best of games. But driving again. That was my best crazy footballer hair impression. Got cleared out by Leeds, though. Probably going to sit there and try to soak up a bunch of pressure again. Kanate with the ball. I can never get my hat on straight. And that might be because my face is legit misaligned through all the beating up that I've done to it, but it always bugs me when I see it on camera. Liverpool at midfield. Kanate bringing up the ball. Passes it out to Bradley. Sends it out to Frimpong. Back to Bradley. Plays it back to Kanate at the midfield line. Plays it to Bradley, who tries to play it out to Frimpong out on the wing. To no avail. What would be the best place to put it? It'd probably be like on this side, facing this way, all the way that it was before. Have I given up on Instagram? No, I have not. Okay, so where's my live center on Facebook or Instagram? Gotta enter another security code. A lot of security codes. Oh. I can't believe I've set up on my Authenticator app. I don't. I don't. I don't know how I can get my... I might have to do this on my phone and do the connection. I don't know that I can go live. How do I go live here? Live. I think I have to be able to get online. Where are my Instagram recovery codes? All right, well, let's go back to watching the match. Leeds bringing it up. Yeah, we're going to stop worrying about all of this live madness and all that stuff. Just enjoy the rest of this stream on this channel. Where else could I go live? How to go live on IG with OBS. Yeah. You have to start on a web browser and have to authenticate. That's going to be the issue. Okay. Well, that part was a bust, but back to the match. 51 minutes in. You can't see it here, but there is a clock timer on the match. So, yep, see 51. Should move this to the bottom. Leeds driving 11. They're at the top of the box. Picked up by Liverpool. Cleared out about halfway through. Gathered by Leeds. Moving the ball along. Play it up top. Allison comes out to collect. Yeah. All right. So there goes the whole tech setup. So now it's just me talking for the remaining of the 40 minutes. And that's the question. Can I talk that much? Can I just consistently talk for 40-something minutes? What's going on? You know what I need to build is a scoreboard on like what's going on the other in the other games. So you see it maybe on the top right side. Whoops, I did not want to move that. So that you see the scoreboard on the top right side like you would in a pro broadcast. Oh, crossed in by Frimpong. Headed down. Crossed in by... Okay, that was kind of a scurry. That was a little hard to describe. So on the replay, who is it? Jones floats a ball in to Bradley, who then tries to head it down, doesn't, then wins a corner. Corner comes in, short to Gravenberg, who played it out to Frimpong, played it back to Gravenberg, plays it out to Zobozlai on the wing, back to Gravenberg, back to Zobozlai. Zobozlai cuts it inside, chips it with the outside of his foot in a beautiful looking, I mean, it was, he gives a chip with the outside of his foot, or just kind of like under it, yeah, the outside of his foot, and it's the perfect baby fade. There comes across, back in, headed out by Leeds, comes back out to Gravenberg about 30 yards out. Or not Gravenberg, again, Zobozlai, who had another ball. Bradley. Oh, that was a good piece of play. Zobozlai again takes a ball, puts it up over the top to Wirtz on the left side. Bradley takes a shot, and then it looks like it got blocked, actually. I thought he completely whiffed it, and that would have been awful. But the block, okay, not bad. corner for Liverpool. Here it comes. Headed out. All the way back to midfield, and there's a player down in the Leeds box, Justin. All right, so, well, what have I learned so far today? One was, I don't know where this match is headed. Two, going live on Instagram requires you to, going live on Instagram through OBS requires you to log into Instagram Live. Going live on YouTube requires you to activate your live settings, which can take up to 24 hours. Good thing I have these times crafted out to specifically work on testing the stream and knowing these things, because that'd be such a rookie move to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this, and then go market it to everybody, and then not be able to figure out how to work the damn stream midway through. Leeds win a free kick at about the center circle. I gotta get a better cord for this computer, because resolution on that monitor looks like shit, and I don't look as bad as that monitor is making me look over there. This is where I should be looking at shouldn't even be looking at that thing. I should be looking at this and here. Yeah. Free kick to Leeds into the box, gets kind of cleared out on the touchline, gets knocked out of play. Liverpool throw on the right side. Bradley puts it into Sigh, turns and plays it back to Konate in the middle. Liverpool driving up, tried some fancy footwork. No team's really showing. I mean, it's like both teams are okay with a 0-0 draw. That's right. I was gonna see what's going on in the rest of the league. My scoreboard could actually do it. Actually, that's a fun test, right? When this game is boring, let's see what's happening in the other games. What other games are going on? Fulham at Crystal Palace. Oh, 1-0. Jean-Philippe Mateta, 39th minute. That's cool. Tottenham at Brentford. That's later. And City at Sunderland, that's later. So Fulham at Palace, 1-0. Jean-Philippe Mateta, 39th minute. Fulham at, yeah, okay. Now Liverpool, Gravenberg gets the ball a little bit back of midway, passes it up to Wirtz, a little bit forward midway, passes it up to Ekitike, who's up on the left side, and they're going to call him offside. The Leeds are just playing back, and Liverpool don't have the final product. It's like they're, like when Wirtz is on, he's on, but right now, I don't know that you could say that he's on. And again, this is where what I said earlier was that, like, it's almost like he let the last game get in his head of, like, expecting this to happen. This is turned too far on this side. And it's tilted slightly. I have an amazing eye for making things level. It's still not completely level, but that'll do. That'll do. Liverpool get a free kick at the edge of the box and a yellow card. Who got that yellow card? It should tell me in my timeline. So Zoboslai took a shot. It got deflected. Ampadu. For what? That's his 5th year. He's suspended against United 3 days from now. On the 4th. Huh. Preview on here, probably not the best. The switch on here, though, is pretty good. Surprised I'm not seeing the yellow card event on my... that probably gonna mess that up. All right, free kick. They're letting Word stand over it. Zabazai goes into the wall, and they're gonna let Wirtz have a swing. Into the wall, on top of the wall. Gravenberg brings it down, plays it to Frimpong, to Kanate, Van Dijk, to Wirtz, who's on the left side. Cuts it back inside, crosses it to the middle, and I think that got deflected. Huh. Looks like in my timeline. Oh, that's right. I think I set it to only red cards. I did not set it to yellow cards. I think I specifically took that match event away. So, looks like Milos Kerkez is warming up for Liverpool. We're 63 minutes in. A lot of nothing in this game so far. Somebody needs to come in and... All right. Wirtz on the right side. Plays it out for Frimpong, who cuts it back in the middle, stretching. Ekitike tried to take a shot, and did that get deflected for a corner, or did that go? I think, based on his reaction, that's probably went out for a goal kick. Yeah, it looks like it should have gone out for a corner, but I hope to the referee there. I'm checking my teeth to make sure I don't have anything in. McAllister's also getting ready. Liverpool with the ball. Got a whole lot of kickballing, like usual. Oh, Frimpong. Nice touch. Got pushed out of it, but Liverpool throw in an advanced position. I'm going to have to go back and see how much you hear the police cars and all that stuff. you know. Liverpool with the ball, Gravenberg. Nope, no foul. Kind of went down a little easy. Might have been some contact in Leeds break. What was that, number of 11? One-on-one against Bradley. Plays it in. That was good covering by Frimpong. Gets back in time. Wins the free kick in the box, in the Liverpool box. 2 changes. Gakpo and Kirkes coming on. Probably got to be Kirkes for Robertson. Yep. That straight switch. Oh, McAllister is also coming in. 7 for 18. So Wirtz goes out and Gakpo comes in. Okay, based on what we've seen from Wirtz today, that's probably fair. And Curtis comes in out and McAllister comes in. Okay, probably another fair move. Nothing really too dramatic or life-changing or out of the ordinary. But I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of this season of Liverpool on this stream is me picking my teeth and wondering what the are we going to do when we need something. Calvert-Lewin looks like he's being readied also. Liverpool Leeds kick the ball up. Liverpool get it back. I'm probably going to kick it around. My cat wants to come in. Come on, cat. Come on, cat. All right, Kirkes with the ball. Crosses it in the middle. Collected by the keeper. Took a deflection. And Rosie, you want to be on the stream? She wants to, but she's playing hard to get. I ever have anybody... I don't think anybody ever is going to join. Nobody wants to watch this boring ass game anyway. I'm a little sad that I took away the yellow card events. But that makes sense. I mean, who cares about yellow cards? Hopefully somebody from Leeds will get sent off so I can see if the red card events work. I know goals work because Stoke City earlier apparently was having a field day with whoever they were playing in the championship, and I was just using that to test the listener on the scoreboard to make sure that it updated in real time. Corner for Liverpool, by the way, on the left side. Is that who's lining up for that delivery? So was I? Looks like, yeah. Well, was I taking his time? Another moment where I pick my teeth and watch, anxiously await. Szoboszlai lofts it in. Got knocked down to nobody. To nobody in particular. Was actually headed over by the defender. So it's gonna come back in for a corner or a throw. Here another corner. Szoboszlai again to Van Dijk. Ooh, just wide. That was the best look of the game for either side. Oh, just wide. He loses his marker, goes up for it, and heads it down and just... good idea, just wide. Longer it goes, the less you like this at 1-1 or at 0-0. I mean, for Leeds, they're going to be ecstatic if they get 2 draws against Liverpool. They were ecstatic with the draw at home, much less the draw at Anfield. They'd be more than ecstatic with. It'd be like a great result for them. Looks like DCL's getting ready to come in. Never fun to see an ex-Evertonian coming in against Liverpool just because they Everton's another squad. Like, their entire season hinges on 2 games, and it's the games against Liverpool. And if they get a win, oh my God, forget it. They're ecstatic. I remember that one year that that Pickford broke Van Dijk's leg, and they got the win, and they still bragged about it. A long throw coming in from Leeds. Calvert-Lewin's in, and he's gonna make a nuisance of himself up in there. Of course he is. Little Everton blue cunt. Here comes a throw. Knocked down. Cleared out by Frimpong. Comes back in to Van Dijk, who heads it out to Kirkaz, who brings it down, brings it up. Takes a pause and puts it back to Gravenberch, puts it back to Konate. Gathers himself a little bit, back to Gravenberch. Brings it up to the midfield line. Back to Konate. To Van Dijk. To Kirkaz. To Gakpo. Back to Kirkaz. To Van Dijk. Again, a lot of passing. It's like, okay, there's some directness. Ball into Frimpong and from Bradley to Frimpong, and that ran too far. Yeah, you'd like to see more directness, and it's like this team has 2 speeds. Either they're gonna pass the ball around 8 billion times, or like three passes and they're in on goal and they score. You know, there's no like. It seems like there's no continuity. All right, McAllister wins the ball at midfield, plays it out to Szoboszlai, plays it out to Frimpong, to Bradley, to Van Dijk. Who else do we have on the bench? I need to get the whole subs and all of that stuff too. That would be good, a whole interactive component. Bottom scrollers. It's out to Gakpo on the left. Brings it in. Gakpo, who I think has been injured, but also not been... That was to Ekitike, who takes a shot. Let's see how close. Not necessarily that close, but at least some directness to him. I mean, Leeds, they're playing that low block, so Liverpool are trying to pass around it. Very Nigel Farke tactics. I mean, it's the type of tactics that we struggle with all the time, the low block. That's why Everton that's been like their running strategy against Liverpool for 20 years. Low block and try to squeeze out a 0-0 or a draw. Get a lot of help from the officials because you're going to bitch at them all the time. But that's why I hate I shouldn't say hate. Hate is a strong word. I mean, I like Tim Howard, you know. That's why I worry when ex-Everton players come on against Liverpool. It's, okay, Liverpool got Leeds kind of moving backwards, and Leeds does well to get out of trouble. Coming up the left side, 19, cut out by Gravenberch. Now with Bradley bringing it up, Szoboszlai at the midfield line. Another fading ball to Kirkaz, who's making a run. Now to Gakpo on the left, cuts it into the top of the box, takes a shot, gets deflected to the top of the box. Bradley wins. Oh, they're going to call a foul on that. Bradley's just going for that ball. He's not even trying to do anything. Who else? Okay. There's the good news. It's stopped raining in LA, so. Man, now I wish I would have turned on yellow cards. At least we would have had one match event. That's going to be lame if this ends with. Actually, I take that back because I'm going to say that now, and then it's going to end with Liverpool conceding. See, Chiesa, yes, off the bench. Who does Chiesa come in for? You would think Ekitike probably. Maybe Frimpong. I think. They're two likely candidates off the top of my head. What the fuck is up with my bottom tooth? This is a corner for Leeds. Long throw for Leeds again. And Purdue now they'll get a corner. Sorry guys, my face isn't that pretty to start off with, so I gotta make sure there's no more blemishes and bruises and bumps than there already are. Corner comes in. Allison punches out. Top of the box, collected by Leeds, played back. Comes back out to 18. Oh, that's a good ball back. Left. Comes back in, cleared out by McAllister. Bradley clears it again. Calvert-Lewin putting Konate under pressure. Takes a swing and just kind of a lob up in the air, but finds Gakpo to Szoboszlai, to Kirkes, to Van Dijk, back to Gakpo with some space to bring it up on the left-hand side. Kirkes overlaps him, comes back to Kirkes, passes it into Ekitike, who gets surrounded by two players and can't control it. Coming a little hot for him. I can hear the birds chirping outside. That's a good sign. Okay, so that is picked up by the keeper. Ugh, 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 ugh. I'm just going to start playing around with... see, that's too big. All right, what is going on here? Might as well talk about next steps with streaming and stuff. So I guess today I was really hoping to have multiple streams validated, but didn't realize some of the steps that I need. I mean, it makes sense. Now I just care about the last 10 minutes of this match. Let's see what happens here. It's going to go here. That's going to go here. Throw in for Leeds. Borderline of the Liverpool third. Looks like they're gonna dry it off, and is that Ampadu again that's gonna launch a long one? '80th minute. Launches one. Kind of moves around in the box. Crossed by Leeds, and Leeds score. DCL. He's offside. Let's see the replay. I mean, he did look like he was ahead of the player, and it's Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who is another one of those players who just lives off sides. So, yeah, he's going to be off. His right leg is off, and that's the leg that he scores with. Though, Van Dijk's a little lucky here, because Van Dijk is... This has been the problem all year long. Van Dijk's bemoaning a foul that happened like 25 yards away. He has his hands up in the air, but the Leeds players are reacting quickly, and they break. And had that been another striker who knows their position a little bit better than that, that's... I mean, a goal in the 81st minute at home, that would have been, you know, not fun. But alas, it did not happen. It did not happen at all because of the offside. I need to, so when I do this, I need to put, maybe I should kind of do it like this so that you can see a little better. Yeah, I think that's a little better. Image should go like here. Maybe at the bottom. Maybe the logo is at the bottom. This thing doesn't need to be that much. This Leeds with the ball at the touchline. Okafor, Frimpong, 44 for Leeds. Cuts it back in. Van Dijk swings a boot to clear it out. That was a dangerous looking ball. Frimpong plays it to McAllister in the middle, who kind of tries to play it around DCL, but man, this is another one of these nervy games. Like, you knew the sophomore slump was going to come with Slot, but to be ball into Zobazai, that gets knocked away for a corner. Oh, that was a good cross. Show some signs. No, you knew the sophomore slump was coming under Slot. Like, you can't have good times all the time, but it's a little surprising that, oh no, it wasn't even a corner. I just missed it altogether. Rio for Frimpong. Been a minute since we saw Rio, but okay, love to see it. Rio looks bigger too. Rio looks like he's on that same program that Wirtz is on. Imagine that. Imagine having Rio play on one side and Wirtz play on the other side in like 5 years. Both of them reach their true potential. Rio would be 22 and Wirtz would be 25. Two best attacking midfielders in 5 years. Who knows? A lot can happen in 5 years. A lot's happened to me in 5 years. Shit. 5 years ago, my face wasn't quite as beat up. A long ball over the top for Chiesa. Brings it down in the box. A little bit outside. Plays it back to Rio. Plays it to the middle of Gravenberg. Plays it to Kirkaz, to Gakpo on the left side. Liverpool circulating the ball. Gakpo looks for a way in. Plays it to McAllister, to Zobozlai, who chips it back into McAllister. Got cut out and cleared. Justin down again. Justin got knocked by Gakpo there. Foul for Leeds. 85th minute now. Here's the good news. Chelsea lost. United drew. Or Chelsea drew. Chelsea drew or they lost. Chelsea drew. Gotta give Chelsea credit. They'll fire a manager who's fifth after a quote unquote a bad run of forms where he's just, drawn a few games. Long ball out to Rio on the left side, brings it down, plays it back into Gakpo, cuts it back to McAllister, crosses it in to the other side. Chiesa back across the middle, headed out by Leeds. Gathered by Van Dijk at the center dot, center circle, kickoff spot, whatever you want to call it. Rio to Kirkaz, crosses it in, takes a deflection, comes back in, picked up by Leeds, who give it away. Kirkaz picks up the ball, plays it back to Van Dijk, plays it to Gravenberg, trying to make a turn, and he does, gets advantage. And then the attack just peters out. Interesting. All right. That's out to Rio on the left side. Cuts it back in. Rio does look bigger. Just physically bigger at this point. Chiesa on the right. Getting pushed to the corner. At the touchline. Wins the throw. Like, Rio looks like he's... He looks like, I don't know if anybody played any sports, but I remember like you would leave for a summer and then you'd come back to school. And in the summer, if you're playing sports, you're probably this is in high school, you're probably in some sort of strength training program, some sort of strength training regimen. And I went to a high school where that was a big deal. Like we worked out hard. And you hit your growth spurt, but then you don't see a kid for like 2, 3, 4 months, and then he comes back and you're like, what the fuck, dude? Have you just been lifting everything that you've seen? Like, and that's what Rio looks like. He just looks like he's just picking up everything around him, just like lifting it up over his head. Leeds get a free kick deep in their own half. We're into the 89th, 90th minute. What's gonna happen? Is this gonna be a lackluster result? Am I gonna be mad? Am I gonna be happy? Long ball headed out by Van Dijk. Some more kickball around. Some more kickball. Kicked out by McAllister. Chased down by Leeds. Played back to the keeper. Booted up. Kanate heads the ball. Zobozlai bringing it up. Passes it out to Chiesa, who tried to play it and then took a deflection off of him. for a Leeds throw. Headed to the 90th minute. Headed to the 90th minute. Leeds coming up the left side. 19 bringing it up. Cuts it back. Shot by 18. Takes this. Got blocked by Van Dijk. And Allison is incensed that they let him run up the left side like that. Stoppage time is 6 minutes. Let's see what happens in this following 6 minutes. Gravenberg to Van Dijk to Gakpo to Rio, McAllister, Konate, Szoboszlai to Chiesa on the right side. Chiesa works the touchline, and that is waved off by the ref. I mean, okay. Pulls his shirt up. I mean, that's given for, like, that's given against Liverpool 95% of the time. I mean, everybody bitches about stuff, but some of the calls just like, I would not be surprised if there was a Premier League referee match fixing scandal that comes out based on some of these calls. And I don't think it's as egregious as probably what's going on in the Turkish leagues. But some of these guys are definitely betting on like minor outcomes, prop bets, or little things like that. Who was the guy in the NBA in the late 90s, early 2000s that the point shaving scandal? Gilbert Arenas and other players. I mean, I'm pretty sure something like that's going on. I'm not big into sports betting. I mean, I'm just not my thing for various reasons. More power to you if it is. And I am a gambler. I do like to gamble. But I swear I would not be surprised. All right, we're playing more kickball. This has been a game of kickball between Leeds and Liverpool. The 96-minute game of kickball. Plus 2 minutes stoppage in the first half, so 98-minute game of kickball. There's Gakpo. Here's McAllister, who rips one from way out. It's at the box. Rio getting the ball, dancing around, plays it to Ekitike. Ekitike kind of does a dummy feint, cuts it back to the middle for a corner. And he's rousing up the crowd. All right, here we go. Some signs of life. I love to see it. We need some signs of life. There we go. That's not quite level yet. You see that? That is level. All right, here comes a cross. Headed out by Leeds. Gonna go out for a corner on the right side. It's still not level, by the way. Still not level, but the throw came back in, so I'm not going to try to do it by feel. Just like Liverpool should try to score a goal by feel. All right. Gakpo at the box. To Rio. To Gakpo. Cuts it in. Blocked. Gathered by McAllister, back to Allison. Van Dijk's probably all the way up. Trying to get a winner. Yeah, he is. Here comes Rio. Dances past one. Cuts it back to Chiesa. A little too high for Chiesa. Got about a minute and a half left. Okay, one by Gakpo. Ekitike, that was... and players don't feel like they have any chemistry. Like, not any chemistry, but there are times where it feels like they just... And that's what was so good about last year and a few years, like when we're seeing top Liverpool, is the players just know where they're each gonna be, move. We don't see that clinicalness anymore. Gravenberg has the ball, bringing it in, tries to play it through to a bunch of people, can't get it through. Chiesa wins it. Again, kicked out by Leeds, some more kickball happening. I mean, I get it. They're playing a low block. It's going to be hard to break down, but we're at home. Yes, AFCON. Yes, injuries. But you mean to tell me Wirtz and Frimpong and, okay, back to Van Dijk at the top of the key. Takes a shot, gets blocked. I mean, you mean to tell me there's $200 million pounds worth of players who started. Okay. That was saved by Allison not being brought up by Zobazlai. There's 200 million pounds worth of players being started, even outside of the injuries, with Ekitike, with Wirtz, with Frimpong. And you mean to tell me we can't score a goal at home against a mid-table club? Ekitike crosses it, and that's it. A boring 0-0 draw at home. The fuck am I supposed to say about that? It was more exciting to watch me do the technical setup and not be able to get my stupid stream going than it was to watch this game. Positive. Everybody below us, around us, drew. So, not that much blood. I mean, Leeds are a good squad. We'll give them that. Leeds are better. They're not bad for just having been promoted. Did they just get promoted? Did they just get promoted? Yeah. They're not a bad squad for just getting promoted, but you gotta feel like it's an opportunity to pick up points here. All right. Oh, right. Let me switch the last stream from this thing. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching. If you have not liked and subscribed to this channel, don't do it because this is going to be the last stream here. Instead, find ABEPAR on YouTube, ABEPAR, or follow me on Instagram at ABEPARR. There's a lot more stuff to talk about other than boring games and technology that I will talk about there. So, yeah. That's it.